Hey guys, it's January 5th, 2020. I'm Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube, and I'm super excited. We have a new segment we're bringing you on the FlossTube channel. The first Tuesday of every month, I'm going to sit and stitch with you, and it's going to be a way to where you can ask questions, and I can give you some tips on how I cross stitch and just kind of how I do things, and we can just sit and chat. And it will also help me because I can use some of my time stitching with you guys to get some of the things done on my list that need to get done. And each month I'll pick something different, something that we're all kind of working on, like a sew along, or something that we're all pretty familiar with. The first month, which is today, January, we're going to work on Sew by Row. And you can see the sample behind me. It was stitched by Cheryl. It is a design called Sew by Row by Lori Holt. There is a quilt version of it also. And this is the cross stitch version. The sample was stitched on 25 count Cloud, Lugana, and DMC. What I'm going to be stitching on today is, okay, so we do have two different thread packs. There's a Weeks Dye Works thread pack and a DMC thread pack, and as they sell out, we will replenish them as thread becomes more available. Right now, thread is just really hard to get, but Denise and I are on it, and we have everything ordered. It's just kind of hard to keep in stock. So these are in stock as of right now. I don't know, about in 5 minutes. The sample that Cheryl stitched on was the vintage cloth 25 count Cloud. So that is the sample what she stitched on. It's looking a little bright, but it's just a white fabric. The only reason I didn't stitch on this is I decided that 2021 was the year of Ada for me. So I'm just not stitching on 25 count. I think it looks great. I just kind of had made that commitment, so I decided I better stick to it. So what I'm stitching on is, and I remember because it's in my cross stitch journal, is 14 count Ada. The color is Shadow, and it's by Lori Holt, and it's a light gray. And we are sold out of it now, but you could do a white or any kind of light gray from Witchell. I wanted mine, my walls in my house have a tint of gray to them, and so I thought it might look better on my walls in my house with the gray rather than the white. You can use any cloth you want. You can use any count. You don't have to do what we're doing. And the way that I'm keeping track of mine is I write down what I'm using, the DMC, and then here I'm just kind of going to keep track of all of this. Took me 11 hours, and I'm just going to keep track of each row and add it together, so at the end I just have a total and it's easy for me to keep track of. When I went to visit Lori Holt, I did this left section, or actually right when I came home, I think I did it. But what I wanted to do was really start 2021 off strong, and I felt like just starting the left would give me, it would make it easy to just go to the right. But I kind of was just thinking I would just do a little bit, and I kind of got carried away and did a lot. So today what we're gonna do is just work on the scissors, and we do have a pop-up image of our sew along. So on our sew along, the dates that you see are the dates that we have as a goal to finish. So I'm starting mine, technically you should start tomorrow. I'm starting mine a day early, and by the 13th, I should have all the scissors done. Now on mine, I'm not gonna do the little dashes right here. The dashes right here, I'm gonna leave those off and do those at the very, very end. Just because they're back stitches, I don't want to have to worry about that. And I also am going to do the back stitches here and here all later. I'm going to do all the back stitches at the end. So to start, what I like to do, get everything out of my bag. So I put all of my floss on the Lori Holt Beekeeper. And it's so pretty because the colors, I mean, it's Lori, so somehow all the colors match, right? And I just use the little DMC stickers, and oh my gosh, when I'm done, I don't even know. I'm just gonna wanna keep them on this forever. And there's 13 colors, so I just have another one on white here. And when I'm stitching, I just kind of keep everything just on this little design board. Sometimes I use the bitty board, which is 7 inches. Sometimes I use 10 inches. I have them all over my house, so just whatever is there. And this came in. This is the So Day Enamel Needle Minder. It's brand new, so it matches because it's got the bundle, the iron, the tomato, and it just came in this week. So if you would like a needle minder to match, we have it. So I kind of keep this, I keep all of these type of things on my board. And the first thing I do is I always use these Wonder Clips. And what I'll do is I will roll until I get to where I need to be. So we're going to kind of start here. So I'm just going to clip this. And then I might roll that up, I might not, we'll see. We'll see how that kind of starts. But that gives me a little bit of room to where when I hold it, I don't have the whole thing going. Another thing that I decided to use is I was at dinner with a friend and she was reading the menu with these glasses and I thought, wait a minute, what are those? I had been looking at Lens Crafters for a long time for a 3.0 magnification and I couldn't find them, and I never really thought, oh, I should look online for something cute, but they had them, so I bought these from Caddis Eyewear. We put a little link in the description, but I use that and my magnification light. So if I am in the car and I don't have this light, I have to use these. But when I'm at home, I use both. That's how blind I am. So let's see. So I'm going to open the pattern and kind of show you. Now obviously we have inked out this. This is a white piece of paper so that you can't steal the pattern. And I'm using my line keepers. And you can see that this green right here is right here. So I'm right here. And I just kind of, as I go, you're going to see that I move my line keeper because it keeps my eye right where I need it to be. And I just go left to right. So I'll put that here. I'll probably put this like this. And we're gonna, this is gonna be a little bit difficult just because my head is probably gonna get in the way a little bit. So I am gonna use these glasses. Let's see. And then this is the Halo Go light. And I usually turn on the light that goes with it, but it messes up Lily's screen. So I have this Stella light right here, but I usually just, let me show you, I use this with the light on, but because it messes up Lily, I'm gonna turn it off and use this. But at home, I just use this and this. And it's funny because Kevin will come in the bedroom and say like, you have on magnification glasses and the lamp, isn't that excessive? And I'm like, get out, just get out.
You do you.
Yeah, you get out of here. Well, I don't tell Kevin you do you because he'd probably laugh at me. So I'm going to start, let's see, right here. So you can see that yesterday when we were testing, I did the gray. Now I do track my time, so I will track my time here and what we're doing and add it up. So we're going to start here, and it is color 311. So what I will do is just pull this off, pull one, let me see, I'm gonna try to make it where you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna take these glasses off so I can see, because it's hard to see. Okay, so I just pull one off. Once I have that pulled off, I'll pull one strand from here. So I just keep this finger tight and just pull this off, and hopefully nothing knotted. And I actually will go ahead and, since I'm only going to be doing this little part, I don't think I'm going to, well, I might need to. I might do 2 strands, I don't know. So I'll just kind of leave this right here. And since it's 311 and empty, we know that it goes there. I usually keep my needle in the top of my piece so that I don't stab myself, but I do end up stabbing myself a lot of the times. I do the loop method all the time, even on fancy floss, even though technically that's not correct. But I do the loop method because it makes the back of my piece really nice and tidy. And let's see. So to thread, this is the way I thread. I kind of hold it with my left hand. I kind of like squeeze it, or like, I don't know what you call that, but it's like right there. And then I just go boop, pinch. That's how I thread my needle. And you can see on the back, it's pretty neat. And that's why I like doing the loop method. And I know the back doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna ever see it, but I prefer to have things a little bit neat. So I'm gonna start here. And I think what I will do is I'm gonna start here and just go over here and stitch. And then, so I'm gonna start, actually, no, I'm gonna start here. Go all the way around, then I'll come up here and then go all the way around. So I'm gonna just start here, and then we can chat. So I'm gonna try to get this all. So this little thing right here gets on my nerves, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it. I don't like it here, and I definitely don't like it at home. So if there was anything I would change about this, I would get rid of this, because I don't ever use it.
Is it supposed to be extra magnification?
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I don't need that. I don't need too much. I don't need that much more. So I'm gonna try to hold this and try to make it where I can see. So to start, I just do this. I go bottom left, top right, bottom right, top left. You can do your stitches any way you would like. It does look better if you do each of them the same way. So I pull, and there's a little loop. Pull that through. And then you can leave it right there, but if you do, sometimes you'll see it on the front. So what I like to do is move it to the middle, kind of like that. And then I'm just going to start stitching. And I usually just count, and I'm just going to try to do my stitches the way that I would, and then just answer questions. And I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. This is how I stitch in hand. You can see that this hand never really moves, the left hand, and then this hand, this just holds it, and then I just stitch right here. And it is kind of hard. I do go really fast, but it is a little bit harder with everything we have going on here.
Let's see, Princess P. Holly Martin said, I already love Stitchy Talk.
Oh, thank you.
And Angela Stoudinger is asking, if you're using a Q-snap, what size would work for this piece? I think we are going to look it up. Floss Whisperer is on it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to look it up. It depends if you want to put the Q-snap on top of your stitches that you've made previously. If you don't mind doing that, you can use any size, like an 8x8 is what I would recommend. But if you're going to do the whole thing, probably an 11x17.
Also depending on what size of cloth you pick.
Yeah, and like Denise said, it depends on what size cloth. So you find your finished size and go bigger. But 11x17 would probably be what I would do.
And comment from Christy P. Santa brought me a Halo Go light. I love it. I learned about it from watching you, Kimberly. Thanks for the recommendation.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Christy.
Yeah, I think the light has really made a huge difference. I found out about it through Lori Holt. Okay, so now when I'm stitching, right here, this is getting on my nerves. It's taking me too long to put my hand under here. So I'm going to roll this up and get this out of my way because that's getting on my nerves already. So then I have a smaller piece to worry about getting my hand under. Sorry.
You're good. Lori Holt says, good morning, Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube. I'm stitching with y'all. Yay.
Yay, what are you stitching?
Yes, tell us what you're stitching. Is anyone else stitching right now? And if you're not, I think you have time to go and grab some stitching to join us.
Yeah. And then you can mark off all the things that you need.
Yeah.
So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this last left row unfinished so that I can travel back up. So you'll kind of see what I'm doing in a second. It'll make sense in a minute. Denise, just tell me if I move out of frame so I can stop looking both places. And this is not usually so shaky, but just because of the way I'm sitting, I keep hitting it. At home, I don't.
From Deanna Lanker, do you railroad your stitches anymore?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes. I'll show you how to do it in a minute, but yeah, this morning I haven't been. The darker the thread, the less likely I am to do it.
Oh. Okay. From Rosanna Elliman, when is the Dottie bag going to be in? Could you specify what the Dottie bag is?
Oh, I know what the Dottie bag
you
is.
know what the Dottie
Can you
bag
find
is?
out?
Okay.
We'll find out. Jocelyn knows the answer.
And from Barbara Baker, Kimberly, I received that same magnifier for Christmas. Can you put a small dot of paper for something like that on the spot?
I could. I just kind of move it around to get it out of my way. So to railroad, you put your needle between the threads and go back down. And what that does is it makes the threads lie flatter than they normally would. So I'm going to do it like really, I just put my needle right there. It's totally optional if you want to do it or not. So it kind of depends. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Most of the time, if it's white, I will do it.
Lori Holt says she's stitching her New Year's start that she showed on her channel on Friday, Land That I Love, and that she's starting Sew by Row tomorrow.
Yeah, and Lori's going to be starting Sew by Row. If you watch her video, she talks about it on a brand new cloth. It's called Cork, and it's 20 count, and we will have photos of that online when we get the sample. And those will be in stock in late January. Riley Blake is actually cutting all of the fabrics right now. That's what she's going to sew her Sew by Row on, and she obviously has it because she is the author, so she already has a sample pack to stitch on.
And Nancy Carter says she's cutting out a quilt. That's awesome, Nancy. What quilt pattern? And Sally Merrill says making ankle-length prairie skirts. That's really cool.
So from here, I'm going to go from here to here. You can travel and just do that, or you can do the Kimberly way, which is I actually will travel under the stitches so that it's not ugly on the back. Again, you don't have to do this. You can do it however you want.
And Patty Colick says she's stitching the January snapshot.
Awesome.
And Princess P. Holly Martin said, I noticed when you go back up, you only do one stitch at a time. Is there a reason you don't keep working from the top?
I don't know. Tell me again what? Sorry. I'm
when
confused.
You go back up, you only do one stitch at a time?
I don't know.
I think maybe she means the sewing method?
I don't know. I stitch in rows. Maybe that's what.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This is just, I just kind of make it up as I go, I guess. But when you do fancy floss, you're supposed to do one stitch at a time, but I don't ever do that. I don't ever do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just stitch however.
Yes, let me know, Princess P, if that answered your question. And Christine Jellum says, I watch while on the treadmill. It's only 7 a.m. here in Oregon.
Oh.
Wow.
Good.
Good for you for exercising. I need to get back into exercising.
Yeah, I'm not ever going to do that.
The 614 Stitcher says, working and watching.
Did y'all see that there's a new Discovery Plus app? So it's a new app.
Yes.
I downloaded it and I've already watched all the series I wanted to watch.
What?
Already
It
watched.
came out yesterday.
I know, but there was a couple that I was waiting on, and they don't have all. They only have like 3 episodes and 1 episode, so I've already watched 4. So I'm like, oh, I got to figure out what I'm gonna watch next.
That's funny. If you have a Verizon account, unlimited, I think you get it for free for 6 months. The Discovery Plus.
Oh,
I got an email about that yesterday, and I was very excited.
well, I don't have Verizon, but I already paid my $6.99. I was like, please hurry, fast. Okay, so now I'm noticing my stitches are getting a little kind of funky. So I put my needle in between and I just pull, and see how it straightens it, and then I'm gonna re-thread.
From Sue Sweeney, can you railroad going both ways? Is there an advantage for the understitch to be railroaded?
I wouldn't stitch the understitch because I wouldn't railroad the understitch. Only the top.
Okay, and Princess Pete clarified, she said when you travel back up the scissor handle, the bottom right to top left.
I just did that so I wouldn't have to carry my threads. I just did it so that my threads would kind of look nice and I wouldn't have to jump from like here to here with a thread. And because I'm trying to make like a loopity-loop, you know, I'm trying to just make the thread last all the way around to where I don't have to use a second thread. And I couldn't remember if I was able to do that because the last time I did these scissors was in November. Yeah, so I looking at my paper, I started on November 25th.
And Karen Amron says, love the new set and the new segment. What makes your readers different from the cheap ones?
Okay, I made a mistake, so I have to go back and rip out. Hold on.
Pause. Pause for frogging.
Yeah, I got to rip all this out.
Rip it. Rip it.
Yeah, I'm going to
Rip
rip. Okay. So, oh no. Okay, do you know where my,
What are you looking for?
here we go. Tape. Okay, so I've got to rip all this out. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it here. But when I rip out, I do not like to rip all this thread because it's just going to cause a mess. So I'm going to clip this. And I'm just going to rip everything out. And I'm not going to use the magnifier. I don't need the magnifier. And then as I go, I'm going to just keep clipping the thread. Sorry, what was the last question? I have no idea.
Let me find it. Oh no, did I get rid of it? Oh, she said, love the set. Hang on, I need to search it. Okay. From Karen Amron, love the new set and the new segment. What makes your readers different from the cheap ones?
Oh. So it's the magnification level. So I needed a 3.0 and I couldn't find a 3.0 at Lens Crafters, which is where I was looking. I mean, you could look at like Walmart. I just haven't been in a Walmart because of COVID or because of whatever's going on in the world. I haven't been in a regular store. So I go to Lens Crafters because that's where I get my glasses. So when I went there, they didn't have any.
Okay. Tat Goose Design said she binge watched Bridgerton on Netflix.
What is that?
Bridgerton, so it's a Netflix series based off of a series of books by Julia Quinn. She's like a romance novel writer. But I would like to binge watch that as well, but I want to read the novels first. I haven't read those of Julia Quinn. And Denise Marie says, loving Stitchy Talk. I don't have anyone to stitch with, so this is wonderful. Thank you, Kimberly and girls, for taking the time to do this. Aww.
Thanks. Sorry I made a mistake. Okay, so now what I will do is This has fixed my mistake enough to where I'm gonna just pull this thread under and start over. So I usually go like 4 to 5 stitches, so I'm gonna put that under. And I literally just now when I pull it a little bit tight so it's not loose on the last stitch. Clip really close. I love these yellow scissors because they clip really close. And then now I can start. I needed to go down 4. So yeah. So yeah, the glasses, the only reason I have these glasses is because I needed to find a place that would have a 3.0. And I keep losing them, I'm going to be honest. I've already lost them a couple times. I mean, these are still my original pair, so I bought a second pair. So that I will always have a pair. Okay. I'm going to just start again. And I'm going to actually just stitch like this for a little bit. It's a little bit more comfortable. And hope that I do it right this time. Okay. Now you can see that because I didn't use my light, I didn't even go in the right hole.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. It's because I didn't have my light. I gotta redo that whole thing. Okay. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on these glasses now. I'm gonna use my magnifying glass. I'm gonna try to do it this way instead of with the light.
From Barb Collins, this is exactly what I asked for with stitch in hand. Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you.
Denise Marie says, moving forward with Stitchy Talk, can we maybe know the day before what Kimberly might be stitching so those who want can stitch the same with her?
It will always be the first Tuesday of every month at 9 a.m. Central Time.
Yes. Yeah, on Monday, the day prior, when we post our little announcement that we're going to live stream the next day, we'll let you guys know what we're going to be stitching.
Oh, what we're going to be stitching, sorry.
Yes.
It's hard for me to stitch and hear Lily at the same time because I'm counting in my head.
You're good, you're good.
So I'm not trying to not answer, I'm just...
Okay, Bonita Nan said, hello everyone, I stumbled upon across the Stitch Live. I don't cross stitch, but I love everything Kimberly. Hey Lily and Ashley if she's there. Hello. Ashley is here. Kathy Cronin says, what needle is Kimberly using? Seems like it has a bigger eye than mine.
Size 26 Pat Carson. They come in a little envelope like this. Now my thread's a little tangly, so here I'm going to separate it. And I think it'll be easier just on camera to do this. This is not what I do at home, but I think having that light was just way too much.
And Inga Kaslerich says, love the new set and your logo is perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Priscilla and Chelsea says, I use the 3.0 glasses and get them from Amazon so I can have lots of pairs everywhere. That's smart.
Yeah, that is smart.
I have to do that with my chapsticks.
Chapsticks.
Yeah, I have to have a chapstick in every room. And Kleenex.
Well, and then you lose them, right? And then you, yeah. It's like socks.
Yeah, or like if I take my car chapstick out of the car and then I put it in the kitchen and I have 2 kitchen chapstick, it gets all messed up. Okay, and then we had a super chat from Valeria Bauer for $14.99. Thank you so much, Valeria.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And Princess P. Holly Martin said, LOL, so, SEW, I'm new to the stitching method. When I stitch bottom left to top right, I work from the top of the fabric like Kimberly does. And when she goes back over those stitches with the bottom right to the top left stitch, she goes down from the front side, lets go of the needle, goes under fabric to come back up. Yes? Here, I'll let the Floss Whisperer read it. It's both of them, yeah. So that one first and that one. I think that's correct, right? Okay. Also feeling some solidarity here with Lori because she says she does the same thing with her EOS, the lip balms, and Cornhusker State Stitcher says they're the same way with Carmex.
Carmex, that reminds me of the 80s. It was like in the 80s, it was at every Texaco you went to.
Yeah.
Do you know what a Texaco is?
Yeah.
Because that's what used to be around in Texas was Texacos.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a 7-Eleven on every corner like there is now.
Yeah. I mean, technically, they're still around.
Right, but it was
Okay.
like the gas station of choice. You know how now there's like a million gas stations?
Yeah.
Back then it was like a certain,
Okay.
I don't know. And then my dad, I had a gas card. It was a Texaco card. And I had to go to Texaco because that was the only place I could get gas with my card.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because back then credit cards weren't like they are now where everybody has a credit card.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Emma she sent me a message yesterday. I'm trying to get food. I don't have any money. I'm like, well, then you shouldn't have spent it all.
Oh.
What'd you do? She's like, I had to give it to Daddy. I'm like, oh. So I had to like transfer her money. I'm like, your life is so easy.
Okay. Question from Why Though? I'm stitching on 18 count Aida for the first time and doing my normal finishing in the back. Going behind 4 or 5 stitches is not securing the tails. Do you have any suggestions?
I would just make sure when you're putting it under the thread, you're really getting all the way under the stitches maybe. And if it's not working, then maybe do 6. And just kind of pull tightly, pull your little tail. Gosh, I really hope this is right now. Just pull all that out. Okay, the other thing I was going to show you that I forgot. Oh, yeah. Totally forgot is after I pull my stitches out, I use this tape. Double-sided Scotch. We'll put it in the Amazon cart, but only this one. This is the only one that works. I've tried like 5. Because it's like, whatever, the one that says permanent is the one that works. The ones that don't say permanent don't work. Oh, and look, look where my tape. Straight out of my bag. So what I do is after I pull stitches, I put that down on the front and on the back, and any loose thread that was there from pulling all those stitches out comes off. I forgot to do that.
Alright, from Nancy Garden, as an older person with vision issues, what size Aida cloth would you start with, and how big would the end product be for this? I also use 3 magnifying glasses to sew quilt binding.
I would start with 14 count Aida, and on the back of the pattern it will tell you the size. Denise can read it just because I have everything. I don't want to move anything right now. She'll read it out because I can't see the screen now.
So, size for 14 count for sew by row would be 9 1/4 by 12.
9 1/4 by 12 for this piece.
Alright, we have a question, and I think the Floss Whisperer might be able to help us with this one. Rosalind Parnell says, I am left-handed, and I have problems with stitch in hand. Going right to left is hard, and I end up turning the stitching upside down. Any tips?
No, because that's because I'm stitching hand.
She says she does not stitch in hand, so she unfortunately does not have any tips. If there's anyone else in the chat who's tried stitching in hand who's left-handed, please let us know so we can help Rosalind out. And Gigi Odom is asking, any idea on when Picture This Plus will be back in stock?
February, March. They are on, when you order, they give you a 3-month delivery time. So, and we order every day. So anytime something sells out, we'll order it that day that it sells out. So we have everything ordered. So I would say February, maybe March. I don't know.
From Trilby Freeman, does the tape leave any type of residue?
No. Yeah, and I mean, if it doesn't say, if it's not the Scotch Permanent, I can't get it to work. The others aren't sticky enough. This one's just super sticky. It's my friend. That's what I call it. I call it my friend because I use it all the time. As you can see, that I have to pull my stitches out.
And Doc.Goose Design Denise said she gets her cheaters at readers.com. They have a lot for fun styles and powers. They even have bifocals. Pat Bro says, Floss Whisperer, could you tell me what size I would need for Lori Holt's 10 count Ada? Okay, thank you.
So now I will just kind of look and make sure it looks good. Woo, got one scissor done. How many minutes did that take me?
And she's timing it.
28 minutes to do half a scissor. Oh my goodness. I could have been done. I don't know. I'm not talking as much because I'm not nervous, but I'm just very I'm trying to focus and it's really hard to do both.
Yes.
So when I'm going under these stitches, I'm going under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of make sure I'm all the way under there. Pull. And instead of just leaving it just like that, I'll kind of pull, but not too, don't just yank it. And then I just put the scissors and cut right there. So now I'm going to roll it a little bit more.
Oh, Linda Baldwin had a suggestion for Rosalind. She says, I am left-handed. I just turn it upside down when needed. So that when you stitch in hand, it goes the other way. Yeah. That's a great tip. Thank you, Linda.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put my thread. Now what I do is I'll put my thread that I just used back on so I don't get it too messy. And then the next color we're using is 402, which is orange. So I'll just pull that off. And I have one loose already. And just kind of leave everything. So on my recliner, I literally just sit this on the like arm of the recliner and hope it doesn't fall off, which means it does. But that's okay. I have thread everywhere. I find it in the bed and the sheets. I find it everywhere. I'm like, this is why I ran out of thread, because it's all in my bed. Dottie bag comes in later today, so it'll be loaded today or tomorrow. Kind of, I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's coming on a freight truck, so even if it says it's coming today, it might be tomorrow. And the Dottie bag is Lori's new mesh bag that you can cross stitch on, and she wanted it to be humongous. So it's humongous, so you can either use it for quilting, you can put design boards in there, or you can use it for several cross stitch projects. And it is on our coming soon page if you just search Dottie bag.
Lynn Wright says, I noticed you are stitching without a hoop. Do you ever use a hoop on cross stitching on Ada cloth?
I used to use a hoop, and then Chelsea and Priscilla showed me how to do this like in person. And it took me, I would say, 2 weeks to a month to really figure out how to get my tension right. And I could go faster doing it this way, so I started doing it this way. But I used to use a Q-snap. There's nothing wrong with using a Q-snap. Mm-hmm. I just kind of, whatever I do, whether it's quilting or cross stitch or work or whatever, I try to be as efficient as I can. Sometimes I'm so inefficient though, but I try to be efficient.
And we had a super chat from Sally Johnson for $5. And Sally says, thank you, Kimberly, for all you and your staff does. I am stitching along and I am super blind as well.
Thanks. I have thought about getting the lens replacement. I don't know.
Oh, and Lori Holt says that her big Dottie bag will hold the Q-snaps and hoops too. That's good to know, because I've been looking for a new stitchy bag because I stitch on a hoop.
Yeah, we'll get you one.
Woo! Jerona Nelm says, what is the lightest weight needle minder some seem to drag down my cloth?
Oh, needle minders. Okay.
Yes.
So what I do, I don't ever put my needle minder on here because of that reason. It just gets on my nerves, no matter what weight it is. Oh, there goes my needle. See, my needle stuck to my magnet. I don't ever put it here because it just weighs it down. So I leave it on my design board. And it stays on my design board. I always leave it on my design board. So I don't know which ones would be lightweight just because I use them, but I use them on my design board. I don't use them the way that they're, I guess, traditionally meant to be used. So I don't know. I mean, they're all kind of heavy because they have to have a magnet hit the back. Mm-hmm. So they have to be heavy enough for that magnet. So I don't really know the answer. Denise is looking at me the same, so she doesn't know either.
I guess the bigger ones are heavier.
It's gonna be heavier.
So if it's a littler one, you shouldn't have as many issues with it. Like I used that pumpkin one we had a while back last year for Fright Night, and that I don't think that one weighs my stitching down too much. So that one was a good size. I would say one of the heavier ones
is the lamb.
Yeah, the lamb's heavier.
And that one's heavier because Lori wanted her.
Yeah, so it could be stronger and hold
so it can hold your
scissors.
Oh, here it is. It's like, I think it's in this drawer. So this one,
Oh, there we go.
this needle minder is different. Okay, so let me move all this off. These are both Lori's needle minders, by the way. So this one is super heavy. So watch.
Ooh.
This one does not work.
Mm.
So she meant for this one to be super heavy. Look, my scissors are on the back.
Scissors are like, yes, let me stick.
Okay, and it unsticked everything else because it's so strong. Okay, so let me put that one there. Put this one on the other side. Put all my stuff back.
Yeah, so that just depends on your preference, how strong you want your magnet.
try to do this a little bit.
And Cindy Jenkins is asking, what is the reason for railroading?
It will split your threads and it just makes it lie flatter. It just, so like when you do this, I'm splitting my threads, and when you go down, it just makes your stitches neater. In the end, does it matter? I don't really know.
From Robin Key Rex Road, when you start in the corner, if the design isn't exactly on the corner, do you count in from the 2-inch mark or start exactly where you measure in? I'm not sure how to phrase this.
So I just use this, and I tend to start at the 2-inch. So if this was the top left, I would kind of put the, the holes right on the edge. And then I would count from my pattern how many stitches over and just start right there.
Okay.
But some people do 3, some people do 2.5, some people do less. I usually do 2. I should probably do 3, but I prefer to not have as much thread.
And comment from Katie McNatt. Katie says, OMG, I had no idea this was happening today. What a great surprise. I have a reason to be excited for Tuesdays now. I am loving the name and the icon. Great job, peeps.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry, my allergies are all sorts of crazy today.
They said that today and yesterday were the highest Austin's ever had.
Oh, that makes sense, because I could not sleep last night.
Yeah,
That was terrible.
it's the cedar and the mold together.
Oh, man, yeah. I need to get some Zyrtec. Also, it's been brought up a couple times, but what does everyone think of this set? I want to know what everyone has been seeing with all the new stuff. I was very excited for everyone to see the new set, so let me know what you guys think. Oh, thank you. People are saying bless you to me in the chat. Thank you, everyone. I try to kind of do it away from the microphone so it wouldn't be so obvious, but I guess I'm still pretty loud when I sneeze.
So I'm just like triple checking my math here. Hopefully it's right. So I think that's right. And on the back, I just traveled. And actually when I come back to do the gray, I will put my stitches under this so that you won't see this orange through the front, and I'll show you how I do that. And that's just a super ridiculous thing that I do. I know you can comment and say you don't need to do it. I totally get it. It's just what I do. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What was y'all's favorite Christmas gift that you got?
Ooh. Do you know what yours is?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Christmas gift?
Hold on.
Oh, she's gonna show us.
My shoes.
They're so cute.
I know. Kevin's like, you're wearing those everywhere. I'm like, I know. Like, I don't really go anywhere but to Starbucks, but okay.
Oh, man.
I love them.
I'm gonna have to think about this one. I got a lot of good gifts this year. Do you know yours, Floss Whisperer?
My new nephew.
Oh, she
yeah.
got a new nephew. What?
Day before Christmas.
Day before Christmas. That's amazing. Congratulations.
He's cute.
Huh. Yeah, I can't decide. I got... so my partner Cruz got me the shoes I'm wearing right now. They're called Allbirds. Can you see them, Kimberly?
Not really with these glasses.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have my magnifiers on. I can't see over the... Oh yeah, I've never seen those before.
Yeah. Yeah, he surprised me because he's a funny guy. We had gone window shopping on Congress back in November, on South Congress in Austin, and there's a store for these shoes called Allbirds. They're made out of recycled material, super comfortable, and I've been looking for more shoes, more for comfort than just style, but preferably both. And these shoes were just like amazing, but the price tag was a little high for what I was willing to pay for a random spur of the moment purchase. And so I was like, oh, I'll just buy them like next year and it'll be fine. Well, this boy went and he knows my shoe size, so he went and bought the shoes for me. And then he bought them way before Christmas and then was teasing me, being like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to get you for Christmas. And what do you want? And like, you have so many things already. What could I possibly get you? He had already bought the shoes and hidden them in my cupboard under the stairs. And he was gone for like a month for work. And the shoes were in that cupboard and I didn't see them once. And I go in that cupboard every day to get the dog's leashes to walk the dogs.
That's like me and my looking at my fabric. Probably saw my fabric a million times and never even noticed it.
Yeah. So, anyways, he ended up kind of giving me hints, and I ended up finding them, but didn't officially open them till Christmas. So.
Oh my gosh, he totally gave it away.
Yeah. So, it was a good time. But yes, they are so comfortable. I also got myself some Crocs. I used to not be a fan of Crocs, but like I said, comfort, and the second I tried them on, I was like, I need these in my life, and my new Crocs are coming in tomorrow, so I'm very excited. They're going to be my sewing shoes for when I'm at home.
I don't know if I could sew with shoes.
Well, I sew standing up, so I have to have something to like support weight for a prolonged period of time.
I'd probably fall over if I had to sew standing up.
Oh, I'm going to cut back to the set real quick so everyone can see it. Since I had asked about it and we've been on your hands for a little bit.
So Denise and Cody did the whole set.
Yes.
In like 4 days.
Woo! Shout out to them. Crunch time.
Yes, because I have no idea how to do it. Oh my goodness. Okay, look what I did.
Oh.
I went through the back and I went through the thread.
Oh.
And so sometimes when I do this, I just like cut it off, but I'm not. I'm going to try to fix it. I just created a knot. I was like, I know it's because I didn't have the light. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to try to undo it. We'll see if it can be undone. I undid it. Let me cut off this little piece. Start over. I can tell you right now that I'm not very efficient on camera. It's hard because I'm using these glasses that are they're way like up close, and then trying to look at this other camera.
Let's see. Lori Holt says she got a new featherweight. Of course, it's custom painted, and you'll be able to see what color on her next Sew Your Stash series. Any guesses?
Oh, I already know.
Oh, I don't. So let me guess.
Okay, let's see if Lily can guess. It's not what you would think.
It's not what I would think.
I don't even see the color in here.
Oh. Well, it has to be a Lori color, for sure. Is it yellow?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
What?
It's yellow. Yep.
Oh, man. Woohoo.
It came when I was there. I mean, we didn't open the box.
Oh. Okay. Sorry I gave it away, y'all.
Oh. Well.
I thought it was going to be all clever and get it wrong.
It's yellow.
Let's see. Gigi Odom said her favorite gift was a big order of fantastic floss and a Stitching with the Housewife shirt. She might have ordered it for herself.
Oh.
That's funny. Kathy Huff says that she got her first great-grandchild.
Oh.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Cindy Lynn says she got a gift certificate to Fat Quarter Shop. Woohoo!
Yay!
Oh, a lot of other people had guessed yellow as well. And okay, question from Lori Brock. When Kimberly has multiple whips that use the same thread color, does she buy a separate skein for each chart? I like keeping a full kit together, but seem to rebuy the same color multiple times.
It kind of depends. I usually, it depends, kind of. Like if it's like, yeah, it depends. If I use that color over and over, I'll have a couple of them. Like bamboo, I have a couple, but I just went through all my bamboo. So I used to every time have a different one. Now I try not to. I try to just share between my bags. I try not to. But just, I guess it kind of depends, you know, is this project at work? Is this project at home? If it's going to always be at home and my thread's always at home. But I bring a bag to work every day. I just have to make sure I take it home. But, yeah, so I guess it depends, but, yeah, it just depends.
Katie McNatt says, my favorite Christmas gift is a subwoofer for my car. Now I will probably go stitch in my car and listen to Dr. Dre. LOL.
Oh my goodness, that's like that makes it loud, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think it gives it bass.
It gives it more bass, yeah, and it's just higher music quality.
Maybe I would like driving if I had that.
Ooh. What would you listen to with your new subwoofer if you had one?
Eminem's new album. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. It's really bad.
Oh, is it naughty?
It's just, I mean, he has a beef now with Snoop Dogg. He started a beef with Snoop Dogg. I was like, I don't think he's probably the one you should have started a beef with. Dude.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I listened to all that stuff, and I listened to Breakfast Club, which is like, they cover rappers, and they're in New York, and so I was watching that. Okay, so here, I'm going to go under this orange so that all these threads, it's like, so that all these threads on the orange, they kind of stay on the outside. That's just super ridiculous. I know. Okay, so now I'm going to actually count so I don't mess up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Martha Fast says, I bought our daughter in Seattle Allbirds for Christmas. She loves them and can toss them right in the washing machine. She's a nurse and loves the comfortable fit. Yeah.
So that store on Congress, it's like the brand, right? Is
Yeah.
it like?
Yeah, they
Okay.
only sell Allbirds, and
I think I've seen it, maybe.
yeah, if you've driven by Congress, it's been there for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, they're super cool. The ones I have are the wool ones, and they're weatherproof. So when we got that random bit of snow on our way back from driving to see family, it was great to just be able to go out and not have to worry about my shoes getting all wet. Jan Richardson says, thank you for the new close-ups. Now I can really see. Excellent. And Lisa Brown says, my husband gave me money for a hair appointment and date night. I asked if I could use her Fat Quarter Shop. I love it.
I don't want to date.
Fat Quarter Shop stuff, yes. You could make a date out of stitching together or showing your husband what you're stitching or sewing. And Carmen G's asking, Lily, did you say you stitch standing up? I sew standing up, and it is because I have a standing desk that I have built into my sewing area. So it already kind of sits just at that height, so I sew on there. But I do not stitch standing up. When I stitch cross stitch, I sit down. Jennifer Barrett said, since I bought myself a lot of stuff from Fat Quarter Shop, my family bought me a fancy espresso machine.
Oh my gosh. Emma bought one of those.
Oh.
No, let me correct myself. Emma did not buy one. Emma had my mom buy one.
Oh.
Didn't tell anybody. And we're at Christmas, and she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, well, Mama brought me the wrong one before she even opened it. I'm like, Mom, why are you telling her what she's getting, first of all? And then it showed up at 10 o'clock at night, literally from Amazon. I'm not kidding. My mom was like, yeah, Amazon just delivered it. And my daughter was like, no, they didn't. And we walked outside and they did.
Oh.
I hate it. I hate it. It makes my house stink.
Aw. You don't like coffee?
No.
Oh. Not even the smell?
No. Can't stand it. When my in-laws come, I don't like it because then my house smells like coffee and bacon. I can't stand it. It makes me, ugh.
That
cannot
sounds
stand
amazing.
it. That sounds disgusting. I cannot stand it. And I mean, I love my in-laws, but I'm like, oh my God, our house is going to smell. So yeah, so she brought herself, so I guess my mom bought her an espresso machine. She's the only one that uses it. We don't even know. She uses it though. I did make her get some decaffeinated stuff.
Oh, good.
But I mean, I don't know. And I was just like, me and Kevin just looked at each other like, oh Lord, that child. Because she knew we wouldn't have bought that. I would have been like, yeah, whatever, no. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of makes me mad because my mom like totally told her what she was going to get. Because she's like, oh, this, I already know what it is. She got the wrong one. How do you even know that she got the wrong one? You're not supposed to know what you're getting.
Oh, it's supposed to be a surprise. Lynn Oden said, Lily, the frame that is to the left of Kimberly, are they ever coming back in stock, or is the company no longer making them? I think
I know, but which one? Is it on the list that is shipped or not? So Family Tree Frames sent us a shipment of some things that are arriving this week. I don't know if it's on there or not. And like if we order 100 or something, we'll get 25. So they're definitely in business. They're just handmade. Denise is going to look in the email because they did send something and see if that one is on there. Real quick. The frames that are for the sampler of the month, we're getting 25. But we ordered 100, so hopefully we'll get the other 75.
And Gwen Smith says, sounds like you have a really nice partner, Lily. Yes, I do. He is wonderful and I love him.
I've never met him. I think that's kind of weird.
Well,
I saw him at the airport one time, didn't I?
Did you? Oh, maybe from far away, yeah?
From far away.
From like inside the car. That's funny. I mean, once we allow visitors, I'll bring him over. He's been wanting to come over and I'm like, we can't have visitors. Valeria Bauer says, my daughter gave me $50 gift certificate for the Fat Quarter Shop. I was so surprised. I think she is hooked now in quilting.
Yay! Yeah, she's the one that drove from Denver, right?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. I might have the city wrong, but I'm in this right state, I bet.
Stacy Ours is asking, what are Kim's new shoes?
They're Uggs and they're pink and they have, the bottoms are thick. So I do have some Uggs that I wear at home that are just, what do you call them? Just slippers. But these are like, they have a real deal sole. So now I have slippers for home and slippers that I'm going to wear everywhere for even in summer. I'm gonna wear them out. Emma's even jealous. She was like, oh my gosh, Mom. I was like, I know, haha.
I'm going to show one of my shoes real quick since people are asking.
Okay, you show your shoe.
Never thought I'd do this on live stream.
Woo!
All birds. Yes.
Albert, send Lily a free pair of.
Please. Uggs and Allbirds. Alright. Denise Marie says, love my Nespresso machine. Did she
That's
get the
what
milk
it is.
frothier? Oh, is it an espresso?
Nespresso. I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that means.
It's a little like a
That's what she has.
spinny thing with a handle, and you put it inside the coffee. And
Yes, there's all in my dishwasher that she doesn't ever do the dishes, that child.
Oh my goodness.
She will not do the, I'm like, if you don't, so the other day she wanted her, they get chore money. And she gets it through, like I transfer it to her bank so that she had, whatever. She asked me for her chore money. I was like, no, not until you do the dishes. So then she was like, oh, she went in to do the dishes. Yes, that's all over my house. So yeah, my house stinks. Yeah. Me and Kevin just looked at each other like, what in the world? She got an espresso machine. I don't even know. Well, and then I know where she saw it. I do know that because one of her friends that she goes, spends the night with or whatever, her mom has one, and she had told me about it. So when she got it, I said, is that the one that Kaya's mom has? She's like, and Kaya was actually with her, and she was like, yeah, it's the same one, just a different model. I'm thinking, these kids are in 8th grade. How do they know the difference in models of Nespresso machines? They are living some kind of life that I don't know what they're living. Okay, sorry. So Denise is telling me that frame is not part of the shipment, but we do have it on order, and it has been on order since April. So hopefully we'll get it.
Gigi Brosher says, one of my favorite gifts this Christmas is the Lego Grand Piano Set, 3,662 pieces. Construction is going well.
Wow.
You will have to share some pictures of that with us, please.
Yeah, I don't think I could do a Lego. Because you know why? I don't like to read instructions. Ask anybody who works here. I don't want to read nothing. I don't want to have to. That's too complicated for my brain. I do not like to read instructions. That's probably a fault of mine. That's really, really bad.
Cynthia Adkins says, my favorite gift was one from my 8-year-old granddaughter, bought herself. She remembered that I burned my wrist baking last spring, so when she went shopping with her stepmom, she bought me an oven mitt. Aww, that's so sweet.
That's cute.
That's amazing she paid attention like that.
So you can see I'm kind of getting to the end, and it's getting all wavy. I might hope that I get my last 3 stitches in out of this little piece. We'll see. Oh, 4 stitches. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to make it. We're playing thread chicken. And then at the end, I'll show you a trick to pull your thread under, actually.
And Tina Blair says, can you tell us how many threads Kimberly is using and the length she cuts them?
2. I cut them, I take the DMC, unroll it, and cut it into 8 strips, which comes out to about a yard. About 36 inches. So I'm going to show you a trick on how, if you, like here, I have enough to thread it and put it through. But if you didn't, say, here, we'll just chop it. Say we only have that much. And it's, whatever, do a little bit more. Say we only have that much. These glasses are, woo, Kim takes glasses, switch glasses. Okay, so say you only have that much and you need to pull it through. What I'll do is put my needle through the stitches, leave it there. Actually, I'm supposed to do this first. Denise is over here laughing at me. First, you have to do this. You just create like a little loop. Blind as a bat. There. Create a loop. Then thread it through. Then create a loop. Okay, let me start over. Haha. Try number 2. No, try number 3. Okay. Okay, so I have a little piece right here. Take it off my needle. I don't need the needle. Pull that little piece that's left over through the loop. Put the gray at the end. Don't put it right here, because if you put it right there, there's going to be no room for it to pull from. So you have to have this a little bit loose in there, and you yank it. And ta-da, your thread is gone. Ooh. And just pull it, and there you go. That's how you play thread chicken. Okay, I have 2. I have 2 more to do. Oh my gosh. Woo. Let's do 2 more. Because I want to be done. I want to be a week ahead. So I'll just roll it again. And then I'm going to start with the gray. And you're going to see, I kind of go from the top to the bottom. You can go from the bottom to the top, but I feel like my stitches are neater if I go top to bottom. So, start with gray again. I hope there's no mistakes on this. Oh my goodness.
I feel like people would catch them as we're watching.
So kind of when I start, there's 3 stitches here. Actually, I need to move that over so I don't get confused. So see, I just move as I go. So there's 3 stitches here. 1, 2, 3. I actually will put my needle behind my fabric and count. 1, 2, 3, and then. And you don't have to do that, I just do it.
Oh, why was what you were doing called thread chicken?
I don't know, I just heard it online.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like playing chicken, right? Like who gets
I don't even know what chicken is, to be honest. I don't know, I saw it online.
Right.
I think I saw it in Priscilla and Chelsea's group. I don't know what chicken means, but I just copied it. Sorry. I hope it doesn't mean anything bad.
Oh, no. So playing chicken is like a phrase. Like if you play chicken.
How does she know what playing chicken is?
Yeah, you play. So, okay. The official definition, according to Collins Dictionary, is to engage in a test of courage, which typically 2 vehicles are driven directly toward one another in order to see which driver will swerve away first.
Okay, do you want to hear a really gruesome story?
Oh.
Like, this is a real story.
Let's buckle down, yeah.
Okay, when I was a little kid, I was probably in 6th grade. Okay. Oh, God, this story. Okay, I have to stop stitching now and tell the story to the camera because I can't stop stitching. So it ends, okay, so we lived in the country and 2 brothers were actually playing chicken. Hit each other. Both were driving drunk. My dad got out of the car, pulled one of the guys out. He lived. The other guy burned to death right in front of us. Horrible story. Ended up being right next to where one of my best friends to this day lives. The road is still curvy. It was like a curve. So this was like, they were playing chicken. I didn't even know I thought that was just what my family called it. Like, I didn't know it was a real thing that people. Yeah. So anyway, they were playing chicken or whatever. They were both drunk. They were brothers. One lived, one died. My mom had to I just remember being in the car, my brother in the backseat, his best friend. She ran to the gas station to call 911 because there was no cell phones. Mm-hmm. And then we went back, and then my dad had saved one guy in the other car, like exploded right in front of us, and you could smell death. Like you could smell it. It was horrible. So, yeah, I probably shouldn't have brought that up, but yeah, that is like a real story. And I remember that the city of Austin, the police department wanted to give my dad like some kind of money reward and some kind of badge and all this. And he was like, yeah, I don't want that. I just want it. Like, he didn't want it.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, he was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I think he was like upset because the other guy didn't live.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, maybe that's why I'm into true crime. I don't know.
That's when it started. Oh man. But yeah, it's called playing chicken because, you know, when someone says like, oh, you're a chicken, like you're a coward.
I don't know. That's the only time I've ever heard that is when my dad was just like, yeah, they were playing chicken. And
yeah, it's because you're playing to see who's going to be a coward first. Who's going to chicken out.
Well, I don't do that in my car.
Well, no, please don't. Nobody do this, please. This is not a good thing to do. But if you're playing thread chicken, it's like you're waiting to see if you're going to beat the thread first or if the thread's going to run out before you finish. And it's going to be too short for you to stitch. I think, right? Okay. Lost Whisper is nodding at me.
Yeah, I just saw it online and I don't know. Just figured. I'm like, oh, I hope that's...
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully my mom's not watching this. Oh my gosh, she's going to be horrified that I told that story.
Oh. Funny comment from Katie McNatt. That's the only kind of chicken Kimberly likes in cross stitching.
Oh, that's funny. I get it now. I'm like, I don't get it. Wait, yeah. Oh my gosh. I do try to take the chickens out. I do.
And Heidi Lennox says, similar to bobbin chicken when we sew. Waiting for your...
When we're waiting for the bobbin.
To see if your bobbin's going to run out or if you're going to finish before it runs out.
Oh. I never called it that. That's what I'm going to start calling it now.
Bobbin chicken. I play bobbin chicken way too much.
I'm just happy that Chelsea's not insulted when I try to take the chickens out. They don't get mad at me.
Aww.
They're still my friend, even though I take their chickens out.
Okay. And Linda Gordon had been asking if you could get the Allbirds shoes online. Always looking for comfortable shoes. Yes, I believe both Ashley and Emma Ruth have the links to put in the comments for y'all. The link to those shoes is... Kimberly's giving me a funny look. I think the specific color I have was like an in-store only thing, but they're all the same quality and they're super comfortable. They are called the Women's Wool Runner-Up Mizzles. And the mizzle means like weatherproof or something. Okay. And Karen Cox says, do not cross stitch, but watch every week. Love the new set and watching Kimberly stitch. Very interesting. Perhaps someday I will give it a try. Yes, you should, Karen. You should try it.
Yes. I have so much stitching. I got so much stitching done and so many quilt blocks done the last 2 weeks. I think it was the most productive I've been in years. Oh. Kevin told me, you're going to kill yourself. I was like, it's fine. I'll live.
It's fine, I'll live.
Well, because he'd come home and he's like, when I left, you were doing the same thing. I'm like, I know.
Paula Beeman said, a few years ago, I bought an Eminem album and I got the one without the bad words, and it's just not the same. LOL.
I'm gonna have no comments on that.
That was really funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Goody Two Shoes and not say anything.
There you go.
I did. You know what I did for the first time? I was so excited.
Hmm?
I figured out how to do a playlist on Spotify, and I created a playlist.
Woo!
But I'm very confused on how to make it, like, when you play it, it stops and it doesn't keep going to the, like, I want it to start over and I don't know how to get it to do it. Like, when I sleep, I just want it to play my music, but I want it to keep playing, and so when I wake up, I don't want it to be off. So I have to figure out how to do that.
Wait. One more time?
Okay, so I have a playlist. It only has, like, say 30 songs. Well,
Yeah.
when I sleep at night, I put my headphones on.
Yeah.
And when I wake up, if the playlist is over, my music's off, and then I have to get up, put my music back on.
There's one little button you click and it'll repeat the whole thing.
Well,
yes.
then,
I
but
can show you.
Do I have to click it when I wake up?
No. You click it right before, either when your playlist is already playing or right before you start playing it.
Okay, well, then y'all can
and
show me
it'll know to
today.
repeat. You can also have it shuffle.
I'm glad that I even knew how to do a playlist. I'm really bad.
Alright, Tina Blair said, in knitting, it's called yarn chicken. That makes sense.
Oh my word. The word of the day is chicken.
Plain chicken, yes. Rosanna Element says, who is the Floss Whisperer?
Her name is Denise, and she's awesome, and she does not want to be on camera, and I don't think she's ever going to change her mind. So everyone who was guessing that she was going to come on camera, she's not.
Well, that's why we call her the Floss Whisperer, because she whispers the sweet nothings and sweet answers into our ears so we can tell you.
Oh my goodness. She's here because I can't remember anything. I cannot remember much, and so she's my backup to tell me what I did. Mm-hmm. If I didn't have this thing right here, it would be this thing that has all my stuff. I would be lost. I mean, her and that saved me because then when she needs to know what I did, she has my thing because she knows that I'm not going to remember.
Julianne Fisher-Brooks says, everyone keeps recommending the Stitch Keeper app, yet I only have Apple products. Do you have another suggestion besides highlighting on the paper pattern?
Oh, no, I don't do that. So what I do is as I'm stitching, I just move this over. That's how I kind of keep track. I don't highlight or anything like that. And yeah, I don't know about that app. And I know that when Priscilla and Chelsea stitch, they put their designs, they either design them on that or they just, like if they buy a pattern, they'll scan it in and then they can just blow it up with their fingers and then just be on that section. So maybe they can answer this Saturday in their video how they do it. I just kind of do this thing. If I had a highlighter on this table, I can tell you what would happen. There'd be highlighter all over my piece, for sure. Yeah. Just like I was telling someone, I'm very organized and very disorganized at the same time. So I guess my intent is to be organized, but I don't always implement it, even though I try to be. So. Yay! 1.5 left.
Woo!
Yes, I count.
Oh, Emma Ruth brought up a good point. Do you pay for Spotify or is it the free version?
I pay for Spotify.
Okay, then yeah, you should just be able to hit that button. I think the free version doesn't let you. You have to do replays.
No. I pay for the version, and Lily showed me how to do podcasts. I still haven't got all my podcasts in there, but I kind of stopped listening to them for a while. Mm-hmm. I think it all just kind of became the same. So then I started watching YouTube. I'm totally out of... Oh, I did... Okay, I'll tell you something I watched. I told Lori about it last night. I was like, you have to watch it. So it's on Showtime, and it's called Love Fraud, and it's 4 episodes. It's really good. I think you will like it. It's very crime-related. I sat there, and I literally stitched the whole... I didn't get up one time. I don't even think I got up to go to the bathroom. I was like, I cannot miss any of this. It was good.
Jay Holder Handcrafted says, for highlighting on Apple, I use GoodNotes. For the person that was asking, GoodNotes.
Yeah, if y'all ask me any kind of technology question, I will have no idea. Because I'm really clueless. Sure. I was trying to log in. I was trying to put money in my kid's college account yesterday. Because, I do it at the beginning of the year. And my Internet Explorer is so outdated, I can't even log in anymore. So I have to figure out how to get a better thing so I can actually get my kids' account numbers. That's how antiquated I am.
Another suggestion from Tarana Nelms. She said, I download it to iBooks and then read it from my iPad, and I put the iPad on the stay always on setting for stitching. Oh, that's a good tip. If it's a PDF, yeah. Brenda Bish says, "Are you watching Your Honor, Kimberly? It's on Showtime."
What is it? No. Should I be watching it? Is it real?
Tell us what it's about, Brenda.
Yeah, tell me what it's about. Well, it's funny because my brother and I and his wife were talking about just different TV shows and stuff, and he kept saying, "Have you watched this? Have you watched this? Have you watched this?" And I was like, "For real?" I was like, "For real? I do not watch. If it is not a documentary or real, I don't watch it." And he was not listening because then he kept saying like different things, and I'm like, "No." And his wife was like, "Did you not hear her? She said she doesn't watch it if it's not real." But I think he was like trying to like catch me because he kept asking, "Oh, have you watched this? Have you watched this?" I'm like, "No, it's not real. I didn't watch it." He's like, "You should watch it." I'm like, "No." I can tell a funny story though. This is really funny and really, really bad. So Netflix on January 1st, they released a series called docuseries Meditation. I lasted about 20 seconds on that. I was like, yeah, okay, no, bye.
Oh.
I tried to watch it, and I was like, oh, I can't.
What was it about?
It's about how to meditate and how to put meditation in your life and yoga and all that. And I was like, yeah, no.
I guess that's more how to.
Yeah, it's about like why it's good for your mind.
Yeah.
But it was just too slow. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I should watch it. It would be good for me. Kevin says I should meditate. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That would use up hours of time that I could be making something.
No, you could meditate for 10 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be hours. Anyways, I'm just getting into meditation. So.
Yeah, no, I would last about 10 seconds. I'm too strung, high strung.
Brenda Bish said about Your Honor that it's a crime drama.
Okay, so if it's a drama, I won't watch it. See, so if
fiction.
if it doesn't, I won't watch it if it's.
Yeah, it's got to be real.
I mean, and I know it's not always real, but I pretend it is.
Lori Holt said, "Kimberly, it's time for you to update to a smart TV."
I know, I have one. Kevin told me our TV is a smart TV, but I don't know how to use it. I need somebody to teach me. I don't know. Kevin gets frustrated with me because he has to tell me over and over, so I just don't ask. I'm just like, whatever. I just have my kids do it because I don't want to seem dumb. But yeah, I have a smart TV. I just don't know how to do it. But I'm gonna get one of my kids. I'm gonna get him to figure out how to attach YouTube to my TV so I can watch YouTube, since that's pretty much all I watch now. Yeah, he said it was a smart TV. I just don't know how to do it. It's too smart for me. That's what it is. It was funny. My mom got the new iPhone and she called me. She was like, I don't know how to do it. And I actually was able to like walk her through what she needed. I was like, oh, that's a miracle.
Hey.
I don't even remember what it was, but it was something easy. I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm. From Matthew Modisett, cross-stitching and quilting are my meditation. Stabbing fabric can be soothing.
It's funny.
Shelby Freeman said, Lily, tomorrow would you explain how to send pictures using the Backward to Shop hashtag? Yes, I believe you mean on Instagram or when we ask you to share pictures? She said to how to send pictures using the hashtag. Yeah, so for that you would need a Instagram account, I believe, when you use the hashtag. And then we use that because we have our specific hashtags. We just search them on Instagram and see everyone who's posted with those hashtags, and that's how we can see the pictures. But yes, I can definitely explain more in detail tomorrow. And Katie McNatt is asking, has Kimberly been keeping up with the Groves case in Ohio?
Okay, spell it.
Groves?
No.
Oh.
I'll have to Google that.
Kate Berger-in-law says, does Kimberly use any floss stuff so the thread does not curl?
So I did for a little bit. I used a thread conditioner that was a combo of beeswax and coconut oil, I think. And then, I don't know, it was like one of those things that I really liked it, and then I was like, oh yeah, whatever. I stopped. But we are coming out with some Lori Holt beeswax in a couple of months.
Ooh.
That's being made in America. So I'll use that when we get some. I can show you what I have in my bag. Let's see. I got this for Christmas, actually. Let's see. Somebody gave me these for Christmas. It says So Fine Thread Gloss.
Oh.
And one says Goddess and one says Karma. I have used it. Look, you can see that I used part of it. Hold on. And it's got, I looked on the back, it's got coconut oil and, so you can see I used it. See all those?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I use it when I want to. I haven't used this one yet, though. So yeah, I have it. It's kind of like, I don't know. If I feel like it, I do. If I don't. If I have a lot of time, I will.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where they got that. I don't know if that's Etsy or it was a birthday gift. It was funny because when I actually opened that, okay, I'm going to finish this one. But when I opened that, I actually got that from someone in the industry, and I opened my Christmas gift. I didn't know it was a Christmas gift, so I just opened it. And Kevin was like, oh, that's a good gift. He's like, that's way better than any gift I'm going to get you. I was like, you said it, not me. But yeah, it was a very unique. Kevin was like, well, show me what it is. He gets interested in the stuff too. Okay, I ran out of thread. Of course, when I put it back on, I ran out of thread. That's the jinx that I put on myself by putting it back on. And I'll show you how to use that thread conditioner, I guess. I'll pull it out and show you.
Also, when you rethread your needle right now, could you do it in slow motion to show every step, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me get my stuff. So when Lori does it, she only does the tail when she uses this kind of stuff, but I do the whole thing. I just put my finger, I don't even know if I'm doing this right, I just made it up. I just put my finger and just do that. But I don't know if that's even the right way to do it. It leaves a little indent. I don't know. You can, yeah, see, you can see where the thread went through. Okay, so I will thread the needle and I will go slow. Let me do it on top of here so you can see it. So I kind of do that, squeeze my fingers. Should I do it again?
One more time.
One more time. So this is the loop at the end. Just create a crease. And I'm able to do it because I'm using the Pat Carson needles. Not all needles, you can't do this on all needles. Like if the eye is not, it's easier to, if your eye is not very big, you'll have to thread it this way. Without the thickness of one, you would have to thread it from the top. And you can see how it gets stuck when you do that. So if you have to thread from the top because your eye is too small, I would clip this and then thread it.
Could you also thread from the other side, where it's like the looped end?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I would get too confused. I'd probably, yeah. No. I mean, I guess you could. I don't know. I'd get myself confused if I did that.
And Kathy Racco says, what does the counts mean in cross-stitching, and how does Kimberly do the cross-stitch without a pre-printed canvas?
Okay. So, I'm going to do this flat. Okay, so this is 14 count. What that means is there should be 14 squares for every inch. So I'm going to look at my thread guide, my cross stitch key, and if I put these little, okay, let me find my needle that I just put down back here. Okay, let me find my needle. Hold on, I started my stitch. Let me get my needle out so I can show you. Okay. So when I put this on here, there should be 14 per inch. So this is 1 inch. There should be 14 stitches. So if you count over, there's 14 stitches. So if you put this on there, you can see that the lines don't line up, so it's not 10 count. And that's how you can tell if it's 14 count. And then if it was 16 count, you would have 16 squares per inch. Linen would be, you just multiply that times 2. Or, which would be like this. That was the first part of the question. What's the second part? Sorry. Oh, if it's not pre-stamped. Okay, so I follow this. And every square here is a square here. Square over here. So you just stitch on the square. I don't think I could do stamped because that would be too, it would leave things up to interpretation. And it would probably drive me crazy. Okay, I think that stitch looks ugly.
From Sharon Vocal, have you watched The Disappearance of Crystal Rogers?
Oh, yeah. And I know exactly what I think. And I think that's a miscarriage of justice. And I feel really sorry for her family and her father who was killed, and it's horrible.
She said there is also a podcast on the Bardstown conspiracy.
Yeah, I listened to it.
Okay.
Yep. I just got off on my stitches, but yeah. That's that's called, I'm going to try to be nice. That's called Good Old Boy System is what that's called.
Random question from me for everyone watching, and Kimberly, although I think I know Kimberly's answer. What is everyone sipping on right now?
Okay, my stitches are not doing good on this one. Let me have a sip of drink so that I can make it. So this is my second favorite Christmas gift was this lid.
Oh, the lid.
I only have one of these that's big. I keep saying I'm gonna get on Amazon and buy another one, and I just haven't. And I was in Dick's Sporting Good because I have 3 boys, and I thought, let's go through every aisle and try to find something for Christmas. And I found this, and I was like, you can put a straw in a Yeti. I was like, mind blown. I was so excited. I was like, Kevin, I gotta have this for Christmas. You gotta buy it. So he bought me one. So I need to buy like one more big one and another lid so I have one at work. But I'm so excited because I love straws. And this is my unsweet tea with my ice. Denise is laughing at me for some reason.
Was nervous by when you opened that by
On the stitching, yeah.
Oh, she was nervous. No, it's good. This is my little doggy.
Oh, that's so cute. I am sipping on some yerba mate tea.
No.
Some what?
Sorry, I was singing. I shouldn't say that. I need to be good. I was singing Snoop Dogg. Sorry.
Things I never thought would happen to me.
Sorry.
You're good. That was funny. Okay. I make myself yerba mate tea every morning with some local raw honey because it helps
Allergies.
with the allergies because the pollen's in there.
I have no idea what word you just said though.
Pollen. called?
No, the tea,
Oh,
whatever you're talking about. That
yerba
is
mate.
like, it's what?
Yerba mate. It's an Argentinian.
Is it
tea.
green?
It's greenish.
I just know that one time I bought a Lily green tea with some matcha something and got all over my car.
Oh no, did it? No, this one's different. See, it's like a little green tea bag. I don't know if you can see that.
I can, but
Yeah, it's got more caffeine than coffee, but it hits you slower than coffee, so you don't get a crash afterwards. Love me some yerba mate. They also sell it in canned versions, both Guayaki brand and Clean Cause brand.
okay.
Anyways.
Just for the record, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yes, I love we call it, me and my friends here at work, we call it the yerba mate. Anyways.
I'm totally lost.
Really
I just
cover it,
drink
actually.
black iced tea with no sugar.
Yes.
Simple, except that I should make it at home and save money instead of going to Starbucks.
Alright, and
One
let's see.
more.
Lots of people are drinking water right now. Good for you. We all need more water. Betsy Birch is drinking Pepsi. Edna Cook is drinking peach iced tea. Dot Goose Design Denise is drinking Mountain Dew. And
Oh my. We're all drinking different things.
yeah. Katie McNatt is drinking sugar-free Red Bull.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll
I've
tell you a
never had
funny
Red
story
Bull.
about Pepsi.
Oh.
So my dad, okay, hold on, I can't see. Hold on, I gotta get my right. Hold on, let me figure out what color I'm doing next, and then I'll tell you. Okay, my dad was super cheap, and he used to make us so mad. We were really bad in the 80s. We used to just drink. We don't never drink water. That wasn't a thing in our house. We drank like Pepsi, Coke, Dr. Pepper, Pib, Tab, whatever was on the HEB special. And oh my gosh, everybody in the house would get so mad because he would always buy Pepsi and we didn't like Pepsi, and then we didn't have anything to drink because he made us drink that nasty Pepsi. Oh my gosh. When I think of Pepsi, I think of him and I think about how cheap he was. And I'm like, couldn't we just have got Coke?
Oh.
But it was really bad. He was really bad. He used to drink, I mean, that's all he drank was like soda. It was so bad. It was, yeah. And I've lost my needle. But yeah, no. Oh my gosh, Pepsi. That gives me. Whoop, there we go. Found it. Should have been using my needle minder. Oh my gosh, him and his Pepsi. Oh.
Anne-Marie Mikowski was saying, Kimberly, did you miss a stitch?
Oh Lord. I hope not. Hold on, let me. I don't know. Did I?
I don't know.
Okay, let me look.
I decided to check before we move on.
Yeah. Let me see.
Oh, lots of people are drinking coffee as well.
Coffee.
Many different blends, and it sounds amazing. I love coffee. The caffeine hits me a little too hard, so I can't have it often.
Does it give you a headache or?
No, it gives me anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see, yeah.
And then Ashley said she's drinking sweet tea. And I actually, this morning, shared with Ashley, well, I didn't share it with her. I gave her one. A Stroop waffle. If everyone...
I don't know what Lily's talking about. I don't know what she's talking about today. I don't know what that is. What is it?
I really got into Stroop waffles this holiday season. It looks like a little waffle.
Is it a wafer?
Yeah, it's
from
like a wafer.
Starbucks?
Yeah. They
Oh
sell them
yeah,
in
I eat
coffee
those.
shops.
Those are good.
Yeah, with caramel, and you put it on top of the steam, and it melts the caramel.
Oh no, I just take it out of the package and eat a cracker.
Yeah, you can do that as well. You
I
can
don't
do
know.
both.
Okay, well, where's my waffle, Lily?
Where's my...
Okay, I don't think I missed a stitch. I don't know though.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. If she
Can you look and see? I don't think I did.
Yes, Anne-Marie, if you can point us to it,
Yeah, tell me where
let
it
us
is.
know.
I hope I didn't.
And Linda Fram had asked me to spell the name of the tea I like. It's Y-E-R-B-A, yerba. And the second word is mate, which is M-A-T-E.
How did you find that?
I think I tried the canned version when I was in college one day, randomly at Whole Foods.
Oh.
And I really liked it. I liked the flavor. And so then I started looking into it, and it comes in tea bags and loose leaf tea and the canned version and all sorts of good stuff. Bonita Nance is asking, what brand of tea does Kimberly drink? I find the better quality, the better the quality, the no need for sweetener.
Okay, so I am very picky about my tea, and if I go to a restaurant, which I mean obviously I don't anymore, but when I would go to a restaurant, if you go to a restaurant and they don't have good tea, I won't go back. So the best tea is Starbucks, the second best tea is Chili's, the third best tea is Chewy's. So whatever they have, and then at HEB, which is the grocery store here, you can buy it by the gallon. It's just called red tea or something, red diamond tea. And I like that because it's very plain, and I like my tea. I just like it strong. Yeah, red diamond tea. But yes, I'm very picky about my. Oh yes, if we go to a restaurant and they don't do my tea right, oh my gosh, my kids get so annoyed with me. They're like, "You're so high maintenance." I'm like, "Oh, it's whatever."
From Kathleen Champ, ever think about a monthly needle minder box? I love them and want them, lol, and I'm not stitching yet. It's funny.
That's a great idea. We'll write it down.
Yes. Enamel needle minder monthly.
It might be a little hard just because the prices on those are like all over the place, but that's a good idea.
And Carol Barton, oh wait, hang on. Anne-Marie Mikowski clarified. She said, in the handle bottom above the 4 stitches on your left. Handle bottom above the 4 stitches. She says she has 2 full crosses. Look like you only got 1.5 of the 2.
Okay, I'm gonna look in my. Right here, right?
Oh.
But it's not. It's right.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
good.
no, it's
Okay,
good.
okay. I think it just looks like it from afar.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. Okay. But thank you, Anne-Marie.
Yeah,
We'd always rather catch it than move on.
because I do make mistakes every time. It's hard to do it on camera.
Yeah. Carol Barton says, do you have a problem with condensation with your new cup?
Do I have a problem with what?
Condensation
With what?
in the new cup?
No. I don't. But I've had the cup for like 2 years. It's just that I have never seen a straw lid. And Kevin said he could only find the straw lid for I think this is like the 30 ounce, which is the bigger one. I normally use the smaller Yeti, but I don't think they make straws for it. But that's, I like straws, I guess. I don't know. I was so excited. Kevin was like, you're weird. He's like, you want that for Christmas? I was like, yeah, that's what I want.
It's the little things. Okay, Janata Chingwa says, purchase 14 count vintage smoky white Ada fabric, 18 by 21. Will that work for the sew along? Also, she is drinking water.
For this sew along?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Janata, let me know if you meant for a different sew along, but for this one, it will work. Okay. Kim Castlehood says, Kimberly has talked about the railroad method when stitching with white. Does she have a video demonstrating it? And if not, can you show us, please?
Yeah, right here. I just go right like this, split the threads, only on the top stitch. So my thread is in between. And then I go down. It's hard to see on that yellow.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, as long as you put your thread in between, so like on this stitch right here on the bottom, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to do normal. On the top, you can run your needle right through the center. It doesn't matter if it's from the front or the back, it doesn't matter. And it will make them lie flatter. And when I'm doing this today on camera, I'm kind of just doing whatever. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I know that's probably not like the best answer. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but it's kind of... One, two, three, four. Okay.
Mary Ovo says you can also buy a handle for your Yeti.
You can?
Yeah, on Amazon.
Where do you put it on?
Like on the side of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been washing it every night, my Yeti, and then in the morning, like having a clean one, but I'm like, okay, it'd be easier if I just had two.
That too. From Kathy Rakow, what supplies do us newbies need to start cross-stitching, and what would be an easy pattern?
Cross stitch, I would buy a floss pack so that all your floss is together. Just buy a fabric, like a 14 count. Just have some basic scissors and any of the Lori Holt patterns, any of the Fat Quarter Shop, and any of the Priscilla and Chelsea Stitching with the Housewife patterns are easy because they're in color. The ones that I tend to have a hard time with are in black and white. And if I do a black and white, I have to have these glasses. I cannot do, oops, okay. Let me see, did I do that right? Yeah. Okay, so I pulled the thread through the back because I'm gonna stitch down here. And I didn't want it to I didn't want to go from here to here, so I just pulled the thread through here and then I'll go down.
Ooh, Crafty Corey 83 says, my brother-in-law got a Whataburger Yeti cup for Christmas. That's what I want for Christmas next year.
Is it real?
Yeah, they sell all sorts of Whataburger merchandise. Shoes and caps and Yetis and t-shirts.
Okay, I'll tell you a funny story.
Ooh, yes.
So at Christmas, someone in the family gave my boys Whataburger gift cards. And it was so funny because my son opened it and he's like, Whataburger? That's random. I thought it was so funny because we don't eat Whataburger. I mean, not because we don't, but I mean, we're gonna eat it. I mean, It's not that he didn't like it, but he was like, that's so random. I was like, oh my gosh, be quiet, child. And then at the same time, he's not a reader at all. Like, he doesn't read books. And so my mom bought him a book. And he was like, oh, I'll give this to Will. Like, right in front of my mom. I was like, oh my gosh.
Aww.
But to be honest, my mom probably meant to give it to Will.
Oh.
But we were... Oh, and then the other funny thing that happened that I was... Okay, during Christmas, my mom, she always says the wrong words. And that's fine, and it's funny, but I don't like to make fun of her because I don't think it's nice. So she gave my boys some Under Armour clothes. And my mom said, oh, you got some over-under clothes. Well, I didn't say anything. And I didn't say anything, but I was like thinking it was funny that she said that. And my sister-in-law, like a minute later, was like, what does she mean over-under? I was like, shh. I was like, she means Under Armour. And then everybody started laughing, and then I felt really bad. But it was really funny. My mom didn't care.
Yeah.
She thought, but it was funny because my sister-in-law had been sitting there like, what is she talking about? And I was like, oh. It was funny.
Yeah. And since my mind's on food right now, what are you having for lunch today, Kimberly?
Today is Tuesday.
Yes.
Probably Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Ooh, some chicken nuggets.
Fries. And then tea. I don't know. It's hard now because you don't really go. I don't go anywhere. You know, we used to go to lunch like every now and then. I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of eating the same stuff.
What about you, Denise? What are you having for lunch?
I kind of made like a chicken bowl.
Okay.
But I was with brown rice.
Oh, okay. Floss Whisper is having a Chipotle-style bowl that she made herself. Yes. I brought... What did I bring? Hang on. I brought 2 lunches yesterday that I made from leftovers. So I'm having one of those today. And it was spaghetti and meatballs with broccoli on the side.
Did you make it?
I did make it.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been cooking a lot more lately. Yeah. Uh-huh. Ooh. Yeah, that lose that holiday happy weight. 'Cause it's happy weight.
Okay, I'm gonna just start back at the top and then go down.
Diane Matthews said, I forget and call it Armor all the time. For Under Armour. That's hilarious. I love little things like that.
I did buy that the other day, Armor All. Isn't that what you clean your car with? I bought some.
Oh, is it? It
Yeah.
might be.
Well, it's from the 80s. I bought it at, when we were buying Christmas gifts. I was like, oh, I need this to clean my car. It's just like wipes that you can wipe down your interior with.
Yeah. I do the same thing with Circle K's. I tend to call them Special K's. Because that was a cereal at one time.
Cereal is still a cereal.
Is it still a cereal? I never see it anymore.
Okay, I miscounted. Something is off. Okay. Okay, I miscounted. Oh, Special K, it's still around. It's good.
Okay.
I love it. Maybe I should get some of that.
Oh, Crafty Corey 83 is also having leftover spaghetti. Excellent. Leftover spaghetti buddies. Heather Grins says, I'm going to fix some homemade chicken noodle soup. Yummy.
Ooh.
Yes,
You know who has the
yummy.
best chicken noodle soup is Chick-fil-A.
They do have really good chicken noodle
So
soup.
good. The other day, they accidentally gave me tortilla soup, and I was so upset.
Oh, well, it's spicy, isn't it?
It's so spicy, and I thought at first I was like, okay, cool, whatever, and I put it in my mouth, and I was like, oh, whoa. It was really hot. I don't like anything spicy, but I ate it. I mean, it was good, but I know now that I need to be more specific when I order, I guess. I mean, I'm sure it was just an accident, but I love their chicken noodle soup. So good. Maybe I'll have that for lunch.
Ooh.
And yogurt.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll have that.
From Pamela Beckham, I purchased a pattern by Renato Parolin called I Bosco di Bengston. Okay. I am having trouble picking a fabric. How can I get help picking a fabric? The pattern is in Italian.
Okay, email Cheryl, CHERYL @fatquartershop.com, and she's really good at that.
Excellent. Yeah, Cheryl's amazing.
And she only works Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so if you email on Tuesday, Thursday, just know that she'll write you back the next day.
Gary Sawitsky says, we are having salmon in the air fryer that Paula Dean made. Ooh.
Everyone's been talking about air fryers online.
Yeah.
I've never seen one. I don't even think I've seen one. I don't even know what it does. I've never used one.
Well, I don't know quite how it works, but I mean, it's just frying something, but in a healthier way because it uses no oil.
Oh.
But I've never used one, but I'm interested. Robin Ale says, peanut butter and jelly with chocolate milk. That sounds delicious.
Okay, you know what's really good is peanut butter and jelly with chips.
Oh, yeah.
No, in the inside.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's like the best. Peanut butter and jelly with chips on the inside. Oh my gosh.
Just plain chips, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. My kids look at me like, you are the craziest person.
Yeah, because the salty and the sweet and the balances out. Yes. Ilse Roja says, tuna with avocado sandwich it is. I don't want to cook. Yes. Tuna's delicious. I have rediscovered a love for tuna recently. And Lori Holt says, Kimberly, let's have Cafe Rio for lunch.
Oh my gosh, you're going to make me jealous. Okay, that's my favorite restaurant in the whole world, and they're not in Texas.
Yeah. It's really good.
We ate it when I went to see her. We ate it like at least 3 or 4 times. I was like, I have to eat it as many times as possible. So good. Yay! Okay, so now all I have left is the bottom of the scissors. And then I will be 1 week ahead. Woo woo!
Woo. Let's see, Cynthia Gar said, PB&J with Fritos.
Oh, I don't like Fritos.
Oh, I love Fritos. I haven't had them in a long time. And Susie Rose says, I'm making Parmesan cheese crusted chicken tonight. Ooh, that sounds really good. I'm sorry.
Everybody's making. We're now. Did you hear that? My stomach just growled.
Oh.
Did you hear it?
I didn't. Maybe the mic caught it. Sorry, I'm thinking about food, so now I'm making everyone else think about food. Ron Smith said tomato soup and grilled cheese. That's what I had for dinner last night.
Chick-fil-A for dinner. It's about what I always have. It's on the way home from Emma's dance. And they don't start school back till tomorrow, but she had to go to dance yesterday and work. She got in trouble. So she had to work it off. I thought it was so funny. And then I accidentally sent, we have a new person who works here named Emma Ruth, and so I forwarded the email from the owner of the studio about, what she needed to do. I sent it to the wrong Emma.
Oh.
She was like, and I'm like, oh, I know, you didn't get on the roof of the studio. You're not in trouble. It's okay. My daughter did. She got on the roof of the studio, and oh my gosh.
That's funny.
It wasn't just her. Yeah. I'm like, good, go work.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to retape the whole, because they dance in the squares. So they had to pull up all the old tape and put the new tape down. I was like, see, that's what you get. But, yeah.
Trilby Freeman says, what flavor jam?
Strawberry.
Ooh, I like grape.
Anything. Oh, you know what's good is the apple butter from, what's the name of that place right there?
Place right there, the apple butter.
Or you get the eggs. County bucket barrel something.
Cracker Barrel?
That.
I was like, you get the eggs, you mean the grocery store?
No, the Cracker Barrel. They have the
Cracker
best
Barrel.
apple. What does that just say? Butter apple.
Apple butter.
That.
Okay, I haven't tried that yet.
Oh, it's free too.
Oh, what?
So like if you get biscuits,
Oh, you get
can
the
say
apple.
I want
That's right.
apple butter instead of the
jam.
and you don't get charged. Oh my gosh, Lily! Now we're gonna all be stuffing our faces.
I'm sorry. Yeah, food ideas, meal ideas. I want to cook more this year, so I'm enjoying this.
I cooked for Christmas Day and it was not very good.
Oh.
I didn't like it. And I was like, see, this is why I don't cook.
Which actually leads me to my next question from Cheryl Wilkinson Crawford. Kimberly, do you have time to cook with all the stitching and quilting you do?
No, never. I cooked a pot roast for Christmas. I mean, I know how to cook, and I actually know how to cook really good. Mm-hmm. I don't. So usually, we usually get fast food, but we try to get healthy, and then we also get like those pre-made H-E-B meals where you just heat them up.
Oh yeah, meal simple.
Like the grilled chicken, and my kids really like that green beans that are like Parmesan crusted or something, and you just microwave them, and they're pretty healthy, and my kids like those. But no, I don't cook. I don't cook, and I don't do my laundry. But I do, for Christmas, I got really mad at my kids they were making me mad when we were cleaning up for Christmas because I'm like, I don't want to do all this by myself. So since they made me mad, I made them clean the walls. Like literally spray and clean all the walls in our house. And Emma was like, what kind of mother makes their kid clean the walls? And Kevin was like, well, if y'all would have listened to her the first time, she wouldn't make you do it. But you don't listen, so now you have to do it. I thought but now my walls are clean. I've never had a house where your handprints show up. But I guess the paint in our house is so light that you can see any kind of smudge. And so, you know, we always do it, but I just made them do it a little extra.
Karen Sharp said, thank you so much for all you do on a regular basis. Your company has by far the best customer service. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. Happy New Year. Okay, so let's talk about New Year's resolutions. I'll tell you mine. So I got, I don't even have it in here. Yeah. I will have to Amazon link this. So my New Year's resolution is to have better handwriting because I have really bad handwriting. And one of the things is when I use pencils, this is the pencil I would always use. It's cheap. You buy them like a bag of like, not a bag, a box of like 20. They're super cheap. They're great. Mm-hmm. But when you write, the ink, what is that called? Lead pops. And then you can put another lead in, but you can't replace the eraser. So it's kind of like bad for the environment. And one of my goals was to have good handwriting. So I went through and did like everything for like the whole whatever, everything I'm working on. And I decided I was going to have better handwriting. So I went on search for the best pencil that would not break, the lead would not break. And I went to Michael's. This was part of my Christmas shopping, like for my kids and stuff. I went to Michael's and I went to Office Depot and I bought as many single packs as I could, and the threads broke. So I Googled what is the best pencil, and I bought like 3 different ones, and I found the best pencil ever, and it's right here. Let's see what it's called. Graph Gear 1000 0.5 or 0.7. And now I have all these new pencils, and my goal is to have good handwriting so that people can read what I write and I can read what I write. But every time I was proofing a book or something, when I'm writing, my what do you call that? My lead would break. So I thought I've got to find something. And I guess they're for people who do drafting, like architecture drafting. So I'm so excited because I have my new cross stitch book. It's all neat. I'm going to try to keep it neat all year.
It's exciting.
I know, that's my resolution. What's y'all's resolution?
Well,
I bet you have like 50.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like doing New Year's resolutions because then I feel like I like wait till the new year and pick 50 things and then I feel overwhelmed. So I try to just like pick things up one at a time as the months go along. But I do have kind of a goal for the next 10 years, and one of the, you'll see why, because I'm giving myself time. I want 50% of the clothes that I wear to either be handmade by me or be like thrifted and adjusted by myself so that's a goal I'm going to focus more on this year to start building that repertoire more of, but just to be, more sustainable, more creative, more
10 years
because I mean half my closet, that's a lot of clothes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if anyone's familiar with Rachel Hollis, I got that idea from her of like scaling 10 years and then scaling down.
No idea.
Yeah,
Who is she? Is she on HGTV?
No, she's an author. She lives in Austin now. She used to live in LA. She wrote a book called, she's written many books, but the first one was Girl Wash Your Face. It's like a motivational self-help kind of thing. Anyways, now she has like planners and stuff that you can use to like write down your goals for 10 years and then scale it back to like, okay, well, what am I working on in the next 90 days kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's been really helpful. But yeah, that, and I guess I kind of mentioned it, cooking more in an effort to be a happier, healthier me.
I think so many people are moving from LA to Austin. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
We have new neighbors, and they're from San Francisco, and the guy is super talkative, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we used to live in San Francisco, and we had a winery, and we decided it was too much work, so we sold it, and we moved to Austin." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I've met a few people who have that same situation.
Yeah, they just said it was too much. I think it probably had something to do with what's going on right now, but I mean, I didn't ask. But he said, "Oh yeah, we just decided and he said, I have a couple, him and his wife, they don't have kids, but they said, we have a couple friends that live here, we've been here before, so we just like literally just sold the winery and just took off." I'm like, "Oh, that's very spontaneous."
Mm-hmm.
They're super nice. I'm excited to have new neighbors.
Ilse Rojas had said, "Lily, try Chilean food. It's really good." I've never tried Chilean food, so I think I will.
You know where we haven't been in like a year and a half?
Where?
Oh my gosh, that place that I love.
Brooklyn's?
No. Oh my God, Lily. No, you're not giving me enough credit. The place we go in North Austin that's Argentinian.
Fonda San Miguel.
Fonda San Miguel. Yes. Oh my gosh, that place is so good. I haven't been there in, a year and a half.
Yeah, it's up in North Austin.
Well, we would only go if a sales rep came.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to put my needle back in.
Hey.
And then, see if it looks, I hope it's right. So in 8 days, if you're doing the sew along, just have this part done. I am going to leave all the little back stitches off for now. And that's how it looks. Now, what I do to put everything back in my bag, I'll put all my thread back. And you could just leave it on your design board. But since I'm not going to come back to it for like until next week, it's just easier for me to put it all back. And then I literally fold it up. And I literally just throw it in my bag. And then I just leave everything in here that I need. And when I come back to it in a week, it will all be there. And I'll write my time down. How much time was that?
2 hours.
What?
It's almost lunchtime.
Oh my word.
That's why we were talking about food.
Lily.
Kimberly.
I thought it was an hour and 15. I can't see. So I'll write it down in my little book. And then put everything back in my little bag. So this bag was a gift from Beverly McCullough. And I usually put this on the back side so it doesn't get, and then in the inside I just have like my lotion. This is the lotion that I use. It's called the Naked Bee Coconut and Honey. It's so awesome, and I get it when I go to Utah. So that's what I use. That's my lotion. And I always keep my tape in here, my pencil, and my glasses. These I usually keep in my purse. And so I have everything ready to go. And I have my tea. 2 hours. Oh my gosh, it shouldn't have taken 2 hours to do all those scissors. So let me know what you guys think of Stitchy Talk, if y'all have any questions. Again, we'll do this every
First Tuesday
of every month. If I did this every Tuesday, oh my gosh, no.
We would all die.
We would all die because it would have been quicker if I wouldn't have made so many mistakes.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
So thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you on tomorrow's regularly scheduled live stream. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.